Teachers, lecturers and students have held a day of action to protest about plans to scrap grants for disadvantaged pupils in England. The Education Maintenance Allowance gives 16 to 18-year-olds up to £30 a week if they stay in education. Here's our education correspondent, Rita Chakrabarti.
No eats, no buts, no education cuts, no eats!
These are now familiar scenes, but with the vote on tuition fees over, protesters are turning their attention to the Education Maintenance Allowance, or EMA, paid to keep 16 to 18-year-olds in education. Next year it's being scrapped in England, and the consequences, say protesters, could be serious. Two-thirds of pupils at this South London school are on EMA. Ryan Begley is one of them. He gets £30 a week, paid to him directly, so long as he attends all his lessons. He's the first in his family to stay in school beyond 16.
If EMA goes, I'm going to have to think about getting my own job, which will distract me, so I don't really want to do that, so I can focus on studying, revising for tests and do my best to go to university. If I get a job, it's going to lower this.
EMAs were introduced by the last government and are paid to 650,000 young people whose household income is less than around £31,000 a year. It costs £560 million a year, and from January the 1st it'll be closed to all new claimants and will be withdrawn completely at the end of the academic year in July.
Critics claim that scrapping EMAs means that not only will fewer people stay on in education after 16, but it directly contradicts the government's longer-term plan of having people stay in education and training till they're 18.
But the government says EMAs are not just expensive, they don't work.
At the moment, it's being the £560 million is spread across a large number of people, 90% of whom, our research says, would have stayed on into the sixth form or college regardless of the EMA. And what we want to do in these very difficult financial circumstances is to target that money on those young people who are in greatest financial need.
We say fight back!
In Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, EMAs will remain. But in England next year, there'll be a new, cheaper system for pupils from only the neediest families. It is, says the government, another tough decision in tough economic times. Rita Chakrabarti, BBC News.